Thanks for joining.
I'm Reese.
I'm Joe. You're listening to Polybynature,
the podcast where you can have your cake and eat it too. Welcome back. We have a guest in the house today.
Yes.
And I am extremely excited because she's actually local. So I think this is the first poly person local that we've had on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we don't know that many poly people in Buffalo.
Really?
And you know what? I put up a question on Instagram and somebody said that they are actually part of a poly group in Buffalo. So I was going to message them, a poly Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
But I was going to message them so I can like take a look and see.
Yeah, because I want to go be nosy.
Yeah. What kind of people are in there?
Yeah.
So introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Okay,
please.
so my name is Ty. I'm born and raised Buffalo, New York. I have a few appearances, a few seasons on the WeTV network, channeling my dating life. If you watch the show, you've seen where I did date multiple inmates at the same time. At the time, I was like in denial of who I was, what I wanted. And then I just woke up one day and stood on what made me happy. And what makes me happy is true love. And if that true love consists of more than one person, I'm taking it. So here I am now as a poly, what would you call me? Enthusiast?
Inquisitive?
I'm a poly inquisitive.
Still in the learning process.
Yeah,
so that was your first?
Nah.
No.
I think that sometimes we're in a place where we don't even know where we at. You know, we just like out there, like, well, at least for me, like with life, with especially the dating scene. I come from like my grandmother raised me.
Mm-hmm.
So we was real old school. Shut up and do what I said.
Right.
Was the type of, lifestyle we had. So when I started dating and having different feelings, I remember like telling my grandmother, like, what if I grow up and be gay? Because I had always had an attraction for women and men. Like, oh my God, she's beautiful. But no, I can't be gay. No, like guys, so I ain't gay, I'm good. Like that's how it felt. I didn't understand sexuality, It took to about 3 kids later, 1 million failed relationships, knocking on 40 to be like, okay, this is who you are. Mm-hmm. You don't have to put a title on it. You can just recognize what makes you happy and act on it. In doing so, I found great joy dating more than one person. And I don't mean I'm thrown into the middle of a threesome or some like sex craze orgy. I mean, this is my person and this is my person.
Right.
Like you make me happy and this person makes me happy. Let me introduce y'all to each other because y'all gonna have fun. We're gonna have a great time. You know what I mean? So to me, that's what poly happiness consists of. I remember my first time recognizing that the dynamic of the Western relationship was a little bit off. Was I have an aunt. She don't got to go on the network, internet. She don't even know how to work Wi-Fi, so she won't hear me talking about her. But my aunt is so beautiful. Like even in her big age, she gotta be a strong 81. She gonna 2-step in here with the fur that hit the ground. Mm-hmm. Long hair. She gives Pam Grier. Energy. Like it's just straight class. Mm. And I remember growing up, she had her man, we're gonna call him Uncle H. Okay. So Uncle H looked just like Inspector Gadget. I'd be like, why he don't never get dressed? He always got on the suspenders and he got his work truck and she pulling up in the Lincoln. But every holiday he was with our family. We go to her house no matter what time of day it was. He was there. She was cooking dinner. Everything, her life revolved around him. One day, I was in the car with my mom and my grandmother. And me and my sister looked over and we said, there go Uncle H. He was in the car with another woman. They all had on furs. He was in like a Lincoln like my aunt's. But that wasn't my aunt in the car. And I'm like, my mother looked me dead in the face and said, you better not speak. You better look straight. Mm. And I'm like, oh. And so years later, I as I grew and my mind grew, I realized he's married to that other woman. Mm. So that other woman one day died, unfortunately. And my aunt cried like it was her best friend. And I was like, is she crying? Like, she should be happy. Like, you got him to yourself now. She cried because the love she had for him, she didn't want him to hurt. She didn't want him to lose this woman.
Right.
And I said, damn. I said, that is deep.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Now, on the opposite side, my grandmother, hot ass. I done seen her, beautiful woman, classy, but she'll date this one, get rid of him, date this one, get rid of him. And she never had full happiness. And then the same thing happened. She dated a man and he died. She couldn't even go to the funeral because he had a woman at home. Now, the common ground is both of these women were great women and could get their own man. It didn't take away from them or their value because these men loved another woman. What took away from their happiness was the fact that they did not live in the reality. Like, listen, you could love her.
They had to hide it.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you love her. But let us both love you. Let's not separate. Let's not put these boundaries. And I'll be like, oh my God, like things could have been so different if you didn't worry about what society felt. So now as I become a woman, I done been the main chick, the side chick. I done been the good girl, the groupie, the jumper. I done been all of those things.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I wanted to, but because it just fell into place.
Okay.
And I refuse that now. I refuse to say, okay, I'll take this role because that's where I fit in. So now it's like, oh, you got a girlfriend? Oh, she look like, you know? Oh, okay. You ever heard of Poly? So like, of course we all want our own thing, but I'm just in a place to where, why can't she be my best friend too?
Right.
Or why can't he? Because it don't always be the men.
No.
Sometimes you can meet a beautiful woman and be like, this is what people need to understand. If you meet a beautiful woman and you're attracted to her, it doesn't necessarily mean you're attracted to her sexually. It could be her energy. You could want to learn everything this woman knows to grow yourself. Women teach women every day. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with saying, I want this woman to make me a better woman. And there's nothing wrong with saying, I love how you handle situations. I love how you articulate your words. I love things about you. Pour that down on me.
Right.
Grow me. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that, but it has to, you have to like really search within yourself and be like, what is it that I'm starving for?
Right.
You know, what is it that I want from her? Damn, it's easy to say it's sex.
Yeah. But
after
no,
the
that's
sex
not
over.
it.
What?
Because in the poly world, you can find friendships and connections that help you build to a bigger scene, right?
Yes.
So when I connect with different people, when she connects with different people, it's about, okay, something different. It's not something better sometimes. It's just something
just
like,
something different.
teach me something. You know
we
what I mean?
didn't start making friends till we were poly.
Yeah.
What you
Of
mean?
of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
We didn't start having friends of the opposite sex.
We were in that monogamous relationship where it was like, you
Yeah.
can't have male friends and I can't have female friends. Right? Because it was like this. Well,
and we naturally connect with the opposite sex. So
How did you guys have the talk about, like, who brought that up? Because you guys seem so similar in personality. You seem, no offense.
No worries.
You seem very much more, you seem a lot more dominant as far as saying what you want. Not saying he's not dominant, but I can see you voicing.
right.
You just give me big energy. Like, not in a bad way. And then you give me more like, okay, chill.
No, she introduced me to poly.
Okay, I can see that.
Of like, you know, a lot of my infidelities and just questions on like relationships and like, am I allowed to do these things or can I have friends? And she came to me and was like, you know, I've been doing my research and my homework, and this is what I think we
educated
are.
yourself.
Yeah, like this is the path that I think we can take that can actually give us true happiness. So, like you said, with her energy in this house, she is the voice, right? She leads us in this
group leader.
Yeah, like especially when that comes to like that dynamic of like, I trust her.
Yeah,
she's the smartest person I ever met in my life. You know, I always want to be with somebody smarter than me. She is smarter.
I know that's right.
Right, and so she can guide me in those situations. And so she introduced me to it, and I
think that's beautiful.
Yeah,
and I like how you said that. You said you trust her, and she's smart. Like, I feel like on the dating scene, that's a big part of the problem because. Like me, like I don't know if I can trust this person yet. You know what I mean? I know what I want. and I know what I'm searching for, but can I trust you? Are you smart enough? And then it sends me into this rush feeling, and I try to like rush things, and that's dangerous.
Here's a question. So if you're looking at talking to a male or a female, what kind of energy or direction do you look from them specifically? Do you expect the female to be a specific leader or a specific feel to it? Do you expect the man to?
What kind of energy do you expect from women?
I love people who are stronger than me. I like to, it's not even maybe submissive, it's not the word. I don't know what we would call it, but I love to be led in a way. I like somebody to come in and be like mommy daddy role. Like, this is what we doing. And I want to feel safe with that. I don't want to have to question that person in any way whatsoever. So I like that big energy. Like, that's like a huge turn on to me. Like,
see, I feel like I feel the same way. I don't think I would have said mommy daddy role, but
sorry.
but I feel like I asked for the same thing from him. Sometimes Joey will ask me to do something and it'll sound something like, babe, can you kind of do this? Or if you want to, or maybe this right here, but if you have time, do this. I'll be like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, tell me to do it.
Exactly. And I tell him that. And I'd be like, tell me what you
really
want.
good with direction.
Yeah.
I like that.
And for some reason, I don't listen to him. And I think it's because of the way that he words things sometimes. Like, I want him to be very direct and assertive and to the point.
Yeah.
And he's learning that.
Right. Because in my world, it's like, I don't know, at home, I just kind of lay down my burdens and I just kind of let it be.
Because you feel so safe. You guys are like super safe with each other.
But in the outside world, like with my female friend, I'm like, yo, do this and this and this. No, okay. And it's the complete opposite of home.
What are you noticing when you're looking, or, you know, we're not always looking for someone, but when you see someone or you're talking to someone, like, what's the vibe like in the area?
Ooh. Can I tell you a secret?
I had to secret no more.
Listen, right. I had to stop myself from always looking.
Yeah.
I had to stop myself because I was on a downward spiral of constantly looking. And when you're constantly looking, you're doing a whole bunch of wrong, because it's like you're trying to force something to fit. And I found myself settling for situations where I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Like, that's not even your style. Like, that's not even you as a human. So you have to stop looking.
Let it find you.
Let it.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing bad with that.
Yeah.
I'm still doing bad with letting it find me. I'm kind of aggressive when it comes to people. Like, I will walk up to a person and be like, hey, baby. I just want to let you know. I can see somebody online and be like, okay, it's my turn. Like, and I have to stop myself because it won't go no further than that. Because I've learned boundaries. I've learned boundaries with myself and with my heart. But I am very much like,
because we want something and we know what we want.
And you build this in your head.
Exactly.
Like, I have built it in my head that this is my person, and this is the scary part, because I crave it so much. It's so hard for me to say, you're dating. This is not your person yet. You don't own him, her, or them. Calm down.
Exactly.
Because like, you have all this built up love to give. I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy you.
It's your attachment style.
Yeah, like
you go hard in the beginning.
Yeah, you instantly be like, I want to do this for this person.
Did you say your shoe style?
Yeah,
your shoe size?
What size shoes you wear?
No. You think that's so? Like, you feel like that's part of like that new relationship energy, that connection where you first meet somebody, and it's like you go deep and you go hard.
And then like the anxiety of, I know you like me, but do you like me? Right. Do you like me? Are we happy? Like, one of my biggest downfalls is I need constant reassurance. It's hard to get that when it's 2, 3, 4 y'all. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's all new, but I will say that I wouldn't trade it.
No.
I wouldn't trade it. Not saying that if I found love monogamously, like one person, that I wouldn't be up for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know what's going to eventually happen. Like if I meet a beautiful woman and we fall in love, I'm almost 300% sure that eventually we will have a boyfriend. And vice versa, if I find a husband or a boy. See how I just said that? Husband. I skipped over a dating. I'm like,
gotta
my
manifest
husband.
it. You gotta
right.
manifest
I
it.
just skipped over it. But I'm pretty sure that no matter what, I need more than one person. Because I just need different things filled up in my heart chambers. You know what I mean?
That's real big that we've been noticing when it comes to dating is being aware of your own attachment style and how you connect to people.
Yeah.
And being able to consciously slow yourself down when you're first meeting and talking to somebody.
Because I skipped to the wedding.
Because you get excited and
you to the wedding.
You know what you want.
I'm at the honeymoon already.
I'll be like, what's your last name? Damn, we're going to get married on Delaware. What color we gonna wear? How many brothers you got? Damn. Okay. So,
but they may not even want marriage.
They don't even want, and that's something I've learned too, to stop loving with my brain and my heart, and to actually listen, because I have heard the words, "I just want to have fun," and that shit done threw me through a whole heart attack. Like, what do you mean?
Well, people tell you who they are.
Happy.
Yeah, but people tell you who they are.
They tell you who you are, and you
people.
cannot. You have to accept it. Because I'll be on like, say it again.
Yeah.
But see,
what kind of fun? Like, what you want to do?
That's you thinking of that relationship escalator where you need to be based on society.
Yeah, you're right, and you don't have to. And you know what else? I'm at the point too where I don't know if you ever heard of this. I'm okay with spiritual weddings at this point in my life. The government has disappointed me in so many ways. I'm sorry. But I'm like, do I really need them to tell me that this is my person?
Right.
Like
we said we would do that.
Yeah. I'm like, all y'all gonna do is tax us. You feel me? Like, that's all you're gonna do. So I'm like, I really could just do this with my family. And I can change my last name to
whatever.
You know what I mean?
Whatever happens, you gotta let the things happen, right? But you can't go in this.
I'm a forcer.
I go in things with a lot of expectation too.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes she'll help me slow down, right? Like, and sometimes it's good to have somebody in your corner and be like, she'll be. It ain't there yet, right? Because I'm in the same boat. Like I come in new relationships and I'm just like, yo, perfect. Brushes her teeth,
right?
Takes a shower.
We happy,
right? I'm like, she does everything great, and she like.
That's me. What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
I'm a Leo. What's your sign? You gotta be a Taurus.
Aries.
How?
She's born in the wrong time.
You're an Aries. April what?
7.
You a real Aries. Coming up Aries. That's big. You give Taurus energy, and I'm not even really big on, but you give Taurus. Like lioness, queen of the jungle energy. Like I love it. I think another thing is like me being a prowess on the like dating scene. I feel like, do you think it's a turn off, or like how does it work introducing poly to a person who's never done it? Because sometimes they think you're just a freak. Because this one person told me, was like, oh, so you be doing threesomes. You be getting it in. And
that's
I'm like,
a misunderstanding.
That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you ain't got to hide the fact that you only call me from the car.
Exactly.
I know you giving married energy. Like,
but here's the thing.
Okay.
That's still tricky because he may not be upfront with his
I've had a person tell me
partner.
Too that they would just never be into it. And I'm like, we ain't gonna work.
So how do people usually take it? Like, do you mention that early?
Me, unfortunately, I'm just straight off the back. Like,
you're not the only one.
Nah, I'll tell them, have you ever heard of polygamy? Like, what you think about polygamy?
And
they like, oh, what you trying to do? Nigga, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
That's not what I'm asking you. What I'm saying is, I noticed your phone go off every night on Do Not Disturb at 9:00. And I noticed that you only call me from the car. And I want you to know you ain't got to do that, because you can introduce us. And I'm going to make her feel real comfortable. Some of them be like, I'm with it. Some people be like, oh no, you're more than enough. They like super like, and I'm like, that's a turn off to me. Like, you can't be unopen to the revolving world, the changing world. Like, I can't.
Yeah, but I couldn't. You could have said that to me, and 10 years ago, I'm like, I can't introduce you to Reese. Shit, I gotta call you when I get back in the car. I'll be damned if, because you about to get me in trouble, right?
But I've even said to a person, like, go home and talk to her about it. Don't mention me, but see what she knows about polygamy. Because some women, you know what the biggest threat is? Tell me if you agree with this. The biggest thing with women, because I've dealt with it, I've dealt with my own insecurities, my own jealousies, and I had to look at myself and say, baby, somebody gonna love it. You know what I mean? Like, somebody gonna love everything you bring into the table. And you're gonna give it to them real good, you know? Women have to realize that in men, that your partner being attracted to another person in any form does not take away from the attraction he or she has for you.
Correct.
Right.
Once once you know that,
yeah.
Do you know how good it feels to look at another beautiful woman and say, oh, we on the same team?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's not even the attraction. It's like the attraction, him looking at you, him touching you.
Yeah, sharing the
beauty. Interaction, sex, whatever it is,
everything
does not affect me and my worth, my value, what I do for him whatsoever.
Right. And I think that once a woman knows that she's okay with opening up those doors and saying, well, let's see what it's about. And like I was telling you, like, it's about like the man now or the person in charge. I won't say, let's say the group leader, because we're not going to say it's always the man. You know, it's not always the man, but the group leader ensuring that comfortableness. You know what I mean? That group leader ensuring that you feel loved at all times. Because I've been in situations where I'm like, do they even know I'm here?
Right.
Oh, so y'all just gonna whisper? Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm sleeping in the guest room.
What time you leaving in the morning?
Right. Like, I've been in situations where I've heard the two women in the bathroom saying, well, if she ain't happy here, she could just leave. And I'm like, I never said that, but y'all definitely ordered food and didn't order me shit. So.
Right.
Oh, that's a sign.
Yeah. I'm like, y'all be whispering and dressing alike, and bitch just left me out. You know,
outfits, no matching outfits.
Yeah, like I can't be in a group.
Damn, where's my purple shirt?
Right. So it's like I've been there, but none of it was worth walking away from a lifestyle that I know suits me. The journey is
the hardest part, because you like feel like you want to get to the destination, and we constantly are rushing through the journey to get to the destination. And we were talking about this the other day. I don't even care about the destination anymore. It is just simply the journey that I'm just enjoying. It's the ups and downs. It's the bad.
But I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
As a singleton on the outside looking in, you guys are here.
What do you mean?
Like, you guys just, your energy and how you appear is top tier. What more could you possibly receive? You have the perfect life. You had your goals. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
but there's always opportunity for more. More happiness, more love, more spiritual connection.
Do you believe in, and this is something I had to learn a difference in, so correct me if I'm wrong, believe in the poly world because you just enjoy doing things separately? Or do you enjoy something? Like, how do you bring another person into something you've already established and built in years of?
Because I think that
is it separate?
No, well, here's the thing. I think that at the end of the day, we are not where we want to be. We want to be more than what we are. And so anybody who sees us, even at whatever level you may see us, if you are into us or into me or into her, we just want to give it back to you to say, okay, hey, whatever we have, you're going to get. Right. So whenever I have another female in my life, it's always going to be, this is Reese. This is the love of my life. But it doesn't mean I can't give you that same love. It doesn't mean I can't. So I can bring you to my level. If you're not on my level, I can bring you up. And if you're above my level, hey, teach me how to get up there. Teach us both how to get there. But I don't think we're like, I guess in my world, I'm just like, we just normal people, right?
Yeah.
We just
I love the humbleness.
Yeah.
I love that. But you guys are not normal. You guys are goals. You guys have a level of understanding and unity that is hard to achieve, and I feel like if you can reach that with somebody, it seems hard for you guys to have a poly relationship. Like, to me, on the outside looking in, like, because how can someone compare?
You don't.
I like that.
You don't.
I like that you guys still say that, because a friend of mine's who I was dating, he would always say, you don't have to compare. Mm-hmm. And I would be like, yes, the hell I do. Shut up.
No, you think that. That definitely crosses your mind. But when we love connections with people. Yeah. We love relationships. We love friendships. I had an assignment in one of my classes where I had to read this article where it said that there was a Harvard study that showed that people who had healthy relationships throughout life lived longer.
I believe it.
And they didn't always have to be intimate relationships. It was just supporting people around you.
Yeah.
You literally lived longer. And I believe that. And having relationships, it gives us so much energy and happiness and
something
joy.
To think about, something to look forward to, somebody to stimulate your mind and grow you, because I feel like we are just energy. As human beings, we're energy, and we need like energy to keep getting stronger. You know what I mean?
But yeah, we date separately, but I get to enjoy his friends.
Have you ever dealt with like, I 100% know you don't have a jealous heart at all. I can just feel it.
I mean, I'm human.
She does. No, she doesn't.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
No.
Everyone has. Even people who say they have no jealousy in them, there's something in there at always will be 1% of your heart.
I think from the vibe you give me is you're more of a protector.
I am.
Have you ever had a situation where you're like, she's not good for you?
Oh, absolutely.
She's just not. Like she's just not good enough.
I'm
a blinder
absolutely.
guy. I get into a relationship with somebody. I have blinders. I don't see the bad. I don't like, right? But like I've always said this thing, and you may have heard me say it before, but it's like in this world of us, I will drive this thing called life. But she holds the map and she guides me, right? So in this path, when I tell you I listen to her, it's because she's always guiding me in the right direction. She's never done it from a place of like, let me show you or do something.
Or control his relationships or anything like that, because he has the final say. But if I see something that's off or isn't right or just doesn't mesh with us, that he looks past because it's something new, I'll say something. And then, 3 months later, he like, oh, I see it now.
Right.
Get me out of this.
Help me. Hi, this is Reese. Call and let you know that this is it. I'm like, baby, don't call no more.
At 8:00, call me and be at dinner. Say it's an emergency. I gotta go. No, it's just at the end of the day, like we are just striving for better. We'll never. I don't think that we'll ever reach our final destination of what we think our ultimate goal is.
Right.
But I think we'll have a hell of a time on the journey, just really learning about each other. The things that you see us do now, we weren't doing years ago. The things that we talk about now, we weren't talking about years ago.
And what I love is like, even when you think about like my great grandmother, she lived to 104. She just knew.
Yeah.
He could have had another family. She just knew.
Right.
That was his. This is hers. And so I've always seen something from a different lens. But I feel like the relationships that last the longest are the people who are realists.
It's just reality.
Reality is that human nature is to attach itself to things that make it happy.
It's just honesty and transparency.
That's our biggest problem as humans. We are so afraid to have conversations that will save our lives.
We're afraid of conflict. We're afraid of hurting people.
I think that we're poly just got labeled more now than ever, but like poly's been around forever. And,
it has.
Your grandfather, my grandfather, they all
they
all have had, right? And so now we're just putting a label on what most people have experienced all their life. We just didn't know how to say, oh, okay, you got friends.
And I feel like over the next 10, 20 years, this will be the norm.
This will be the norm.
Monogamy will be the abnormal thing. You just got one? Like, you know what I mean? Like polygamy, polyamory, all that will be the norm. And I really look forward to it.
It's that freedom of true happiness.
Yeah.
That's what our journey, or that's specifically what my journey is. It's about like what truly makes me happy, and how do I go deeper into that happiness and be honest about it though, right?
Yeah. Without hurting.
Without hurting. And so in 10 years from now, 20 years from now, our kids or our grandkids could come to us and say, man, I'm having a great time with these people.
These people.
Right? Instead of saying, I'm struggling in this one relationship, I'm surrounded by a group of love and community love, and this feeling that I'm able to be honest of who I am. I wish I was able to say those things when I was 20 years old. I didn't.
Me too.
I was just like, okay, I need to go cheat. Why?
Yeah, right.
I don't know why I got to go cheat. I got to go cheat because
I got to share a story with you guys.
I got to go cheat.
I was just about to say, let's do a pause. We're going to make this a part 1, part 2.
Hey, thanks for listening. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
And connect with us on social media. You can find our links in the description.